Good afternoon. My name is Fran Walden. It is Thursday, December the 3rd, 2020. Yes, I agree with what you are saying. He should have not taken the car. Oh, I understand completely. I feel you handled the situation correctly. Now, I would have told him I need the car to take the children to their music lessons. No, you should not have used that tone of voice. I have just showed you four responses you should not do when being the listener in a communication situation. The first was agreeing with the talker. The second statement was defending the talker. The third statement advising the talker. And the last was disagreeing with the talker. What the listener should do is provide a place of feeling safety, to understand what the talker is saying, to clarify what the talker is saying. Be calm. Do not show your feelings, and it's not your problem. A good listener is just as important as the talker. In my opinion, it is more important in many aspects, as I just discussed. What is the definition of interpersonal communication? Interpersonal communication is an exchange of information between two or more people. It also is an area of study that seeks to understand how humans use verbal and nonverbal cues to accomplish several personal and relational goals. In the next few minutes, I will talk about goals of listening, talking to have good communication, how to reach the goals, and what is expected to accomplish these goals when you feel you have reached the goals. Everyone is different. A better understanding of how I communicate and the barriers that I bring to the table, let me tell you about my makeup of behavior blend. My DISC model, DISC model, is as follows. Carbella, 2008. D, behavior, basic motivation, challenge, and control. My desires, choice rather than ultimatum. I respond best to leaders who get to the point and stick to the task. I need to learn. I need people. And relaxation isn't a crime. I, behavior, basic behavior, recognition, and approval. I desire opportunity to help others, an opportunity to motivate. I respond best to leaders who provide recognition of ability, and I need to learn. Too much optimism can be dangerous, and listening better will improve one's influence. S type behavior, basic, stable, and support. I desire secure, area of specialization. I respond best to leaders who give personal support, and I need to learn boldness and taking risks is sometimes necessary. C type behavior, basic motivation, quality, and correctness, desires, clarity, defined tasks. I respond best to leaders who provide assurance, and I need to learn more optimism will lead to greater success. This is expected of me. I'm a CIS, Competent Influencing Specialist. This is me, SC, Steady Competent. This gives you an insight of my behavior blend. One of the areas that I need to work on is being an active listener and be more assertive. I feel This model, DISC model, should be taken by anyone in managerial or leadership roles if the opportunity arises. It certainly gives you a real insight of you and how it could affect your leadership roles. Barriers that affect my interpersonal communication skills are the following: active listening, cocooning, not speaking up the truth, afraid to hurt someone's feelings. What is an active listener? Active listening involves listening with all senses, as well as giving full attention to the speaker. It is important that an active listener is also seen as being listening. Otherwise, the speaker may conclude that you're not interested in what they're saying. The listener hears what they want to hear, and that is not being an active listener. To clarify, hearing what the speaker is saying. What is cocooning? Cocooning is a term used when people isolate or hide from the normal social environment. This behavior is sometimes called stonewalling. The person does not want to talk to the other person, or a way to hurt the other person, or they're afraid they're going to be hurt. People can also use this in social media, and it is considered a type of bullying. Not speaking up the truth and afraid that you'll hurt someone's feelings. I feel these two barriers tie into each other. You hold back from speaking up because you're about to say or could, or you're afraid it's going to hurt the person you're telling. What are some people's better listening than others? One way to communicate more effectively by opening our ears than our mouths. Devote to listening good verbal skills such as tone voice, mannerism, delivery, and these skills does they don't have a chance not to be an active listener. Matera 2020. One of my goals is to be a better active listener and not hearing what I want to hear. The novelist Ernest Hemingway said most people never listen. Listening is being in the moment and not caught in our own self views. Schultz Badziski 2015. As I said, my goal is improving my listening skills. Be more assertive when needed. Do not interrupt the speaker. I feel these skills would improve my communication, influencing and inspiring my family members, working with seniors in their life goals, and working with the family members of senior life goals. It is very important that I am hearing and telling them the information that is understandable to them and to be there to help them reach their life goals. And their family members of the seniors also understand what their goals are and how they can help them meet their goals. Using the TLC, the talking listening card, this card is extremely helpful. What to do. Be calm enough to hear, to speak, and you do not own the problem of the speaker. The card gives goals of listeners to provide safety, to understand, to clarify. Also, tell the listener what not to do. Listen without agreeing, listening without advising, listening without disagreeing, listening without defending. Now, on the same card, it gives you talker tips and tells them their goals and how to reach their goals. When you speak the truth, it creates trust. Tell the truth shows maturity and accountability. By telling the truth gives you peace and love. Schultz and Bezginski. How I can reach this goal by using the risk and benefits myself. I made a risk benefit card listing the risk and the benefits. And as you know, the benefits outweigh the risk. Truthfulness gives you such fulfillment and faith and closeness. I feel the fear of the unknown is greater than what you will receive by giving truthful responses. Interpersonal communication is faithfully using the gift of communication to share understanding for life, giving relationships. Schultz and Badgiski, 2015. Carl Rogers, considered the father of our current conceptualization of the active listening, claims that active listening is only effective to the extent that is firmly grounded in the basic attitude of the user. Bodie, 2011.